So Nintendo has been an up and down company from the success of the Wii to the flop of the Wii U. But now with the Switch, it seems Nintendo has gotten their act together and is on the up and up. And this is their first E3 with the Switch being released. Is this going to help them keep going on the up and up? So welcome to my top 5 things Nintendo should do at E3. This is not a prediction show. I'm going to tell you that right now. This is things that I want them to do that I think will help them be successful. And I'll be doing this for the top 3 gaming creators. That will be Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft. Each will have their own top 5. So we're going to start with Nintendo first. Now, the other thing to note is that I will never have a number in the top 5 that is unreasonable. So an example is one of my top 5 is not going to be bring Gears of War to Nintendo console on the Switch. Not going to do that. That's very unrealistic. These are achievable goals for each of these companies. So let's get started. My number 1. Bring an entry from the Pokemon franchise to the Switch. Now, this is the perfect timing, if there's ever timing, to bring a true entry in the Pokemon franchise to a console, because the Switch offers the freedom of playing it on your TV, but then also taking it on the go like the 3DS. And they just announced, I want to say it was yesterday. Yesterday they announced the Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, but there was this rumor about Pokemon Stars, that's going to be kind of like the platinum to silver and gold. They did a platinum version, and then there was Ruby and Sapphire, and they did an emerald version. That Stars is going to be that third entry, and it's going to be on the Switch. So this is, if not the most perfect timing for them to do it, and it makes total sense. This is something they need to do, because that would help to sell the Switch even more than the positive Switch sales that they've been doing right now. That's something that will put it through the roof. Now, number 2, give me the next Splatoon. Now, one of the best things out of the very failure of the Wii U was the fact that we had this game called Splatoon, where it was unique and a new franchise for Nintendo to take in another direction. They truly are banking on Splatoon, showing that when they're going to release the game this summer. So they're really showing that they're committed to this franchise. And I think that was something that was really fresh for them. It was a new franchise. It had a different take on something that we've played before as a shooter, except it's all about covering the floor instead of killing your opponent. So And they're kind of doing that with ARMS right now, but I don't see ARMS as the next Splatoon. I want to see what is the next big franchise. I think they really, if ARMS is supposed to be the next Splatoon, they released ARMS way too early. This isn't the time to boot up a new franchise right now, just as the ball keep rolling. Get the momentum rolling on your console and then release your next big IP, your next big franchise. Nintendo doesn't release very many new franchises, if not ever. Splatoon was a rarity, and the fact that they even did that was amazing. Was a feat of its own for Nintendo. So basically, it would be great to see the next Splatoon on the Switch, or just a preview of what they have in store that takes advantage of what Nintendo has to offer as a game company. Now, number 3, explain your online services. We recently saw in a picture of where you do chatting, online chat when you're playing your games for Splatoon 2 that's coming out this summer, and it had this little device where you connect it to your Switch, and then you connect it to your phone, and then you gotta connect your headphones to that, and it just seemed very confusing and very frustrating, because why do we need so many cords just to do voice chat, which is available in all other consoles that is just plug into your controller? It just causes so much inconvenience that I hope with a better explanation of what this is actually going to be, that with better explanation, this could help understand like why they're going this route. Because an example is I have an app that I play with, and I can't remember the name of the app, but I have it on my phone, and I use that right now to voice chat because I can't do it right now when I play Mario Kart with my best friend. Can't do it. Like, you need this app, and the app is even more, it seems it's more accessible than even playing it on like I'd rather play with that app than probably playing with the Nintendo app that they're coming out with. So I just need a better explanation of their services. I think if they clear up a lot of questioning that they have, I think it could help them, or if not, stop the cut that's kind of happening right now where people are very confused about what this new tool is to try to do just something as simple as voice chat for your games. Now, number 4, we're almost there. Don't focus on third party, focus on first party. Now, Nintendo has had an amazing schedule for their releases for the Switch console. You would think that this console is actually not doing so hot of like game releases, but actually it's doing pretty well. Even though it's not getting the third-party support, I don't even think we were thinking it was going to get the third-party support in the first place, but their first-party support has been on the spot. You have Legend of Zelda, first thing that came out for that console. You had Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Great Mario Kart game, including all the DLCs, which were very, very good as well. And then now you have ARMS coming out this month. And next you have Splatoon coming out this summer. And you got Super Mario Odyssey coming out in the fall. They really have got some heavy hitters in the first chunk of this console cycle, which is awesome. It's very good for them. And I think that's a smart direction to go because this console is significantly underpowered compared to an Xbox One or a PS4. And so companies are not going to downgrade their games to put it on the Switch. It would be the only thing I could see downgrading is, of course, Ubisoft and like the Just Dance games and like every little other game that's like Skyrim, the random. But Skyrim, that edition came out almost over a year ago, and we don't even have a release date for that thing yet. So it just, I think if they focus on first party, that's where their bread and butter is. And even not only just in-house first party, but second party. So hiring out someone that's not on Nintendo's payroll for developers, hire someone else outside of that. So when they did Platinum Games and did Bayonetta 2, that's second party. It's still a IP that Nintendo owns as a franchise, but they hire outside to do it. And so I think if they focus on first and second party, there's another example of a second party game, the Rabbids games that got rumored, and that is going to be here at E3. Unless that is a total fake leak, which I highly doubt it, but it could be a fake. We never know. But anyways, for that, those two are examples of second party that are only on their console. And on top of that, people are not buying the Switch as their primary console. If they are the core of the core Nintendo fans. They are the fanboys of Nintendo. Nintendo's Switch is more of like a secondary console where they really enjoy, for like an example like myself, I own a PS4, I own a Switch now because I play primarily of my third-party games on Sony, play my Sony first-party games, and then I can play my Switch games that they release that are super, super special. So like just Mario Kart 8, I played Legend of Zelda. My friend is going to pick up ARMS, and it seems like a fun game. I might try it out. So it really, since it's a second console, they don't need to focus on third party because people are not going to play their third party games on that console. They're going to play Nintendo's first party games. So stick with the first party and the second party. Do away with third party. You don't need it. And indie games, I don't count that as third party. Indie games can go everywhere. Because they don't require as much memory, and games can be run on the Switch from indie developers. So that is number 4. Now number 5, the final one on my list is surprise me. Like every year I feel like they play it safe. I feel like Nintendo is the one of all of the conferences, but out of the three of Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo, Nintendo is the one that plays it the most safe. I never get surprised when I see an announcement. It always either it gets leaked, and I think that's part of their problem is they get so many leaks out of Nintendo. They really should find a way to cut out the leaks and that fix that pipe and that problem there. But really, they just don't have surprises, and they really need to surprise us. I think that's something where they can grab the headline, because even though the past couple years Sony has rocked the conferences, they have kicked everyone out of the water when it comes to announcements, surprises galore. Nintendo is after all of them. So Nintendo has the last moment to grab you and to be able to change your mind on that Sony press conference that's coming out this year. And it's always not who you remember first, it's about who you remember last. And if Nintendo can blow us away with a surprise last, we'll remember them over everyone else in a heartbeat. So that is my top 5 things that Nintendo should do at their E3 presser, or what they call their Nintendo Direct. So what do you think of my top 5? And then on top of that, what is your top 5 that you think Nintendo should do this E3? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this content, check out the rest of the content I have on Freeze Frame Rate. And if you like it, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, give it a like, give it a share, and if you want to keep up with all the content I do each week, hit that subscribe button. This is Mitch signing off, saying see you soon.